Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. And in today's video we are in our milking parlour. Now we're not actually milking today. Well, we are, but not in this video. In this video we are doing one of the most annoying jobs in this milking parlour. So if you ever watched my parlour, if any of you watched my parlour tour video, get my words out, you'll know that I didn't rate these feeders very highly because they block up here. Well, this one's not only blocked up, but the pipe has split. If you can see there, so that's allowed water to get in to the comb, and it blocks it. So this morning we had problems with this feeder blocking, which it's probably the easiest one to unblock because it's the front one. So the cow stood here being milked, no corn, you just come and tap it there. Whereas the rest of the feeders, if they block, you have to wait till the cows have gone out. With the front one you can actually get going. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to strip it down, take these brackets off here. Did have an impact gun, can't actually find it. I have just ordered another one. So we're down to a socket job, which is a bit annoying because it's not very quick. So yeah, we're going to take this pipe off. We'll have a look inside there and have a look at the manky corn that's going to come out. So I'll sit you down, you can watch me do it.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you.
Right, so we've got the pipe off, and I'm not sure how well you can actually see that, but that is the manky old corn that's blocking that up. That is, yeah, that's the pipe that's come off. That's all the muck on the floor that's come out the bottom of the pipe. So I'll hold you there, and you can watch me as we try and clean up that in. So I'm just putting a screwdriver up there. So I'll just put you down now, well, I'll show you what's come out. So all this corn down here on the floor has come out. I mean, that's not very nice stuff that's down there. That's a bit wet and manky. So I'm just going to put my hand up there and have a feel what there is. So, yeah, can you see me like that? This corn is very wet. Just tell you a bit more here. Yeah, this corn feels very wet, damp, and not very nice. But we don't want to leave it in there. We want to get it out. Right, so we've got all this manky corn out here that's on the floor. You can see that. There's a load in the corn trough as well. So, not very nice stuff at all. I was going to flip the pipe up the other way because it's got a crack in it there. Turns out there's another crack in it about near the bottom. So, just down there. Just there it's split. Can you make that out? Where my finger is. Yeah, so it's going to have a new pipe on. So, we've put it back on this way up. We just need to put the brackets back on now that secure and hold it. The middle one, I might not put the middle one on, just because the top and the bottom one will hold it for the time being until we get a new piece of pipe. I've left them like that before and they've been perfectly fine, so yeah. I think we'll do that. So we'll just get them brackets back on now, and hopefully it'll work. So the brackets come in two pieces. So this piece sits against the wall like that. So if my hand's the wall, well, if I put it here, you'll be able to see. And then it goes this bit over the top. So this bit goes over the top, and the pipe sits in the middle bit, in this bit here. So it stops the pipe from touching the wall, and it stops the pipe from, well, just grabs out of it really. So yeah. So it's like two pieces, a bit fiddly to try and get on though.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights.
Right, so we've got it back together again. We have managed to cover the crack up with that bracket, but this crack down here, so well you can see that, it's quite visible, which is quite concerning because water will get in that and block the bottom of the pipe up. But we've got all this manky corn that's on the floor here. Hopefully it works now, but I'll tell you what we'll just do is, we'll just go on to the back of the parlour where the control box is and press it and check that the corn comes through. That one, we'll put these, we'll put 1/4 kilo, see if that comes through. There we go, it's come through. So there we go, there's a bit of corn that's come into the trough down there. So it is working now. So how that works is, there's the hopper above, which has got the corn in, and there's an auger system on that pipeline that comes across the top there, that fills that hopper when the hopper gets low. And then there's an auger that goes across the bottom from this angle, from about here, right across. And there's a bit of an electrical compartment here at the back, which operates the auger, which the wire comes in at the back. I'm sure you can see that. There's a wire that comes into it. So each cow gets an individual amount of corn, so it depends on how much that auger turns. But what's happened is that bit blocked, so we've unblocked that, cleaned it. The rest of that should be perfectly fine, it's just that bit. But yeah, hopefully, touch wood, we fixed it. But I do normally use an impact gun to do that, but I can't find the impact gun, so we've had to order a new one. But it were getting on a bit. But I'll tell you what we'll do is, we'll do another one when the impact gun comes. So whether I put this in this video or not, I don't know. But normally I have to do this probably like, I'd say like every couple of months, roughly. Depends the time of year. I think in the summer I have to do it a lot less. In the winter it's a more thing. But I think in the winter it's damper days. These get damp. Damp runs down that crack there. And obviously gets the corn damp and clogs it up. That's why we get mouldy corn on the floor like we have. But yeah, that's mainly what we've been doing. Right then, so we are back. It's been a few days since we did that first feeder at the front, which is, where are we? There. Since we unblocked that. So since we've done that, there's a couple more up this side that are causing problems. They block up very intermittently, and it's very difficult to get a socket and a ratchet to them. And I'll show you why, purely because of the vicinity of that. So what we need is, bear with me 1 second. So what we need is a socket, an extension to get to it, because it's very difficult to do. It's number 10 and number 8 that keep doing it. So it's this one, that's 11, 12, yeah, and this is 9, 8. What we need to do is, we need to get there, take them caps off that are bolt caps, put them on, whiz them bolts out, pull the pipe off and clean the inside because it's going to be full of damp corn. Clean it out and then it should run freely. But, like I said in my old video, we did have an impact gun and it's gone missing. So what we've done is, we've got a new one. Here's a new one. So the battery should just slide on. There we go. And that, it's only a little one. Hopefully that'll pull them bolts off. Right, so there we go. That just goes on like that. It should do. There we go. And then that'll spin like that. A bit crooked, but we'll see. We'll see how we go on. Hopefully it's got enough power in it, because it's only a little one. The other one we had was a big one. But we have Makita. It says it there. No, wait, that's not it. It's there. Just because we've got Makita other tools and the batteries fit. And the batteries cost nearly as much as the tool itself. I thought it was struggling a bit then, but it did it in the end. So it obviously depends how powerful it is to how full the battery is as well. So it's not only how powerful the tool itself is, it's how much charge is in that. And it's only got half the charging, so if it had a full charge, it might be a bit more powerful.
So these are the ones that came blocked then?
This one is, yeah. And there were another one.
And so have you ordered new actual pipes?
Yes, so we have actually ordered some new pipes. That front feeder that we saw the other day, the pipe was split. We've ordered some pipe. It hasn't come yet, but we'll put it in this video of me putting new pipe on as well. You on it? You know we're on it.
I've got the brains.
You are.
What's it called? Brawn? I've got the brains and you've got the brawn. Is that straight?
Broad. Is it broad? I don't know.
I don't know, it's something like that. It's so you're trying to pull it off?
Yeah.
Wee rubbish. It's going. Right? Yeah.
Right, so I'll just show you now what's up there. Oh, you can see that. That is pretty grim. So what we do now is we'll just move his tools away from this in case it all goes wrong.
Stick it in.
Stick the screwdriver in like that. That's not nice stuff. That's why this feeder's blocking. In all fairness, I've knocked most of that out when I was pulling the pipe off. So I just put my fingers up and just feel if I can feel anything stuck. Which there is, there's all that. One more. That's lovely and it's got a lovely smell, hasn't it?
It actually makes me feel pretty.
Yes.
It's worse than like poo.
Yeah. That's basically mouldy corn.
That's why it's gone black.
That's why, yeah, it's basically because it's gone black.
Disgusting.
But we need to get it out while the pipe's off. So we don't want to leave it in there because then we'll have to take the pipe off again. But what happens is there's an auger that runs across there like that, and that's blocking the auger and it trips the fuse because the corn won't come down the hole, and it's basically stuffing the whole process up really. The corn's got nowhere to go and it just trips the fuse on the auger. You can do.
That's just not the corn, is it?
Yeah. Can't feel any more damp stuff inside.
We need, like, I know it sounds daft, but like a toilet brush that you can stick in and like,
Good thinking,
and then pull it out.
But yeah, we'll put that pipe back on now, that should be fine. See, there's an auger in there, so I can't put my fingers up as far as I'd like to because it's going to stop it.
Yeah, if you have a look.
So well you can see that. There is an auger in there. So yeah, we'll put the pipe back on now, and we're basically doing what in reverse what we did with dust. Which was taking it off, so we're putting it back on. So we've done that feeder, we've put it back together again, and hopefully that is it for that one. We'll have to see if any more block, but we're a lot better now we've got an impact gun because it makes them coming off a lot easier because you don't have to worry about getting a ratchet in that gap there. So yeah, we're on to a winner. So we'll see you in a bit when we do the other feeder. Hello everybody, and welcome back. So we're actually a few weeks later, so we've not replaced this piece of pipe yet, which has still got the split in it. But we've got bigger problems. We've had other feeders getting blocked, so we've had to cut this here to get it off. So we're just gonna see if I can get that out now. That's not really very good down there. So we'll put that there. But up there, show how well you can see that. How clogged up that is. You can see the auger there, and all that mouldy corn all up there. All that's mould. So we're having bigger problems. So I've had to cut that to get it off. But bigger problems we've got is, because all that mouldy corn sat on the metal, it's rotted it. So look, it's going rotten there, and actually it's all cracked there. So what I'll just do is, to show you how bad it is, you can actually get your penknife in that gap, because it's rotted it through. Now, you see the auger? What's happening is, when I put that on, number 3, so click, press feed, goes straight up saying it's fused, so that's the problem we've got. Now, so we've now got another problem. Because I've had to cut this to get it off, so I can clean that out, but this won't be able to go back on because I've cut it. Now, I can turn it round and do it that way. Clean all the bottom up, and then put the bottom to the top where it isn't cut, and having a split there won't be a problem if it's at the bottom of the pipe. We might try doing that, but we have got length of new pipe in there, so we'll just open that up and check it's actually the right pipe first, which I should have probably done before I cut that to get it off. Right, so we've got this new pipe. Right, I've got my knife. Careful not to cut the pipe when doing this. So we've got the pipe, as you can see. It looks the same, so what we'll just do is we'll just compare it to check it's the same diameter, because I did look at this pipe before I ordered that pipe, and it has it there. It says, you probably won't be able to make it out very well on camera, but it says 76 mil. So 76 mil, I think that's 3 inches, if I'm right. So this presumably is the same, because this is 3-inch pipe. So we'll have to measure how long that bit is, then cut it and then put it on. So we'll do that, but first we need to clean that out. That's the most important job, clean that feeder out. Right, so there's a lot of black stuff in here. It is quite bad. It's actually jammed the order. Right, so I'm not sure if you saw all that, but quite a lot has just come down, and it was packed the organ. It was all chunks of it like this, This is what we don't want happening. This has gone hard, and it's very hard to break apart because chunks are breaking off in my hand, but the auger won't chop that up to go through the pipe. Now an auger is used to taking bits of corn, like this sort of size. That's a lot bigger than that, but this is a mix of lots of these that have gotten wet and well damp, because there's a damp atmosphere in a parlour. Those feeders have let damp in, so this has probably like got, I don't know, 10, 15 of these one pieces in. They've gone hard, they've gone soft, sort of dissolved and gone into a mush, and then it's dried out and gone into a hard lump like this. And there's no feed value in that to a cow because it's going mouldy, and it would actually probably cause a cow harm. So down the drain it goes. But this is still fine, because this is the fresh stuff that's trying to come through when that lump's in there, stopping it. And the black stuff that's all come out, so let's find some more out. Like this black stuff here, well you can see that, that's still damp, that's never dried out. That used to be one of these lumps, you know, a normal pellet of corn, but it's gone like that because it's got wet, and just kept getting wet, and yeah, it's never dried out. So that is rubbish, that's waste, we don't want that. It's a pretty bad design with these feeders, because this isn't the first time this has happened, as you'll see from previous clips in this video of when I've had to do this before. And we're only about 2 weeks later from that, so yeah. But what happens is, when it does it during milking, I've got a rubber mallet and just go bang, 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 bang on the side, and that doesn't help. But when you're milking the cows, not sorting out block feeders. All you care about is trying to get the feeders going again so the cow can have a bit of corn when she comes in to be milked. Not, you haven't got time to pull it apart like this. So, I mean, I've got my finger in there now, I can feel. I mean, look at that. That shouldn't be in there, I'm going to have to clean all that out. It's a pretty bad design, if I'm totally honest. Yeah, look at that. There's loads more of that, I can feel it. Every time I put my finger in there. But, yeah, so banging it doesn't help, but I've always thought that water can seep through these cracks here, where the plates meet, where it goes together, like that top one. I think that's a big cause. But it's normally this side of the parlour, so that side of the parlour's up against the wall, this side is in the middle of the shed. I think, just a theory, water's coming in, rain or damp is coming off the open ridge at the top of this shed. Well, it's like a capped ridge, and it's affecting this side more than that side, because that side isn't under an open ridge of a shed. So yeah, but anyway, I'll clean that out, we'll put it back together. That's enough of me waffling, let's crack on. Right, so we've got a piece there that's roughly a similar length to the original. A little bit shorter, if anything, perhaps. But it doesn't really matter if it's a little bit shorter, because you do go quite a way down there. think this is going to be difficult than I first thought. Right, so we've actually managed to get it on. So what I did was, I used some of this rich silicone spray and just sprayed that on all the metalwork there, and it slid straight on, so we basically lubed it up. I didn't video doing that just because I thought it might not work, but trust me, it did, so that was quite good. So just got left to do is bolt it back to the wall, and then, yeah, it should be fine now. Right, so what I thought we'd just do is, before we bolt it back to the wall, just feed a bit of corn down it to see if that works. There we go. Corn has come down, so it must work. Job's a good one. Right, so there we have it. We've got it all secured on now. Some 3 brackets to just hold it back to the wall. And it's secure in there. So, yeah, we've managed to replace one of them. So we've still got that front one that needs doing. But then, I think it's this one needs doing, and that one. But this one here is very badly corroded. I mean, look, I can stick my penknife right up that crack there. See, so basically what's happened is, corn gets wet and it's gone soft and it's gone like that black stuff I showed you before. What happens when it goes black and all soft? It's very corrosive when it's wet like that. It's like cow muck. You only have to look at scraper tractors and what have you, and any machinery that handles slurry or muck, and muck rots them. Corn's no different. When it's dry, perfectly fine. As soon as it gets wet, it'll corrode metalwork, and that's what's happened here. Now, it could be debatable, but I've been slamming that with a hammer to try and get the corn to come out when it's blocked, so that's probably not helped that crack very well. But the fact that when we took that other one off and it was caked on the inside with wet, mouldy corn, and like the dry stuff had gone dry over the top of the wet stuff, wet corn, it's like sealed it and it was like corroding the metal. That's why it's gone brown like that, and it's gone like a very rusty colour. Because that won't be very thick metal, not at all. It'll be only like thin plate metal, and that's why that'll be one of the big reasons why that has cracked. The other reason is, when the parlour gets washed, these obviously getting wet. There's a little, there's a gap there. That's holding water. So that's not going to help the matter at all. I mean, I think these are like galvanised or stainless steel. It still doesn't protect it fully, because that won't happen otherwise. But yeah, we're going to do them other 2, but I'm not going to video that. Because, I mean, you've seen me do that one, and that's enough for a video. But if you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. And I'll see you in my next one. I'll see you. Bye. So I just thought I'd put at the end of the video what it looks like inside this one, because this is quite bad. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely packed, the auger. All that there, that's why this is going rotten there. I'm pretty confident that isn't because I've been hitting it with a hammer, because it's all split on what would be the weld joint. But that's all because that is on the inside of it, rotting it. So yeah, this is what happens when corn gets wet. But I'm not sure there's a great deal we can really do. Could probably put some sealant on the inside of that or something, maybe, along that joint, but I don't really know. I imagine that's where it's getting in. I don't think it'll be on the top. Well, you see now that's split there. Whenever this gets washed, water's going to get in there and cause that to get mouldy, so fighting a losing battle. Because I'm not sure I'll even be able to weld that. Hey dear, one of them. Right, so I just thought I'd show you. That's what it should look like when it's cleaned inside as well. So that's the auger up there. Not sure how well you can see that. That rod, there's an auger sort of back here, and that rod attaches to the auger. So you can just make out the corn there. That's all good corn, that. That'll come down through this gap here, and through the mop pipe will be down here. But that's what it should look like, nice and clean. We've managed to clean that one up now, even though it is badly cracked there. Right, so I just thought I'd show you that we've done 5 of them. So we've done this, 4 of them rather, not 5. Done what, this one? So that's number 1, number 3, number 6 and number 8. They were the ones that were always beeping to go wrong. Apart from the front one wasn't. But it's the one that had the split pipe where it had cracked. Well, they're all the old parts we've taken off. And there's one spare length of new pipe we can put on. But that roll of pipe was a 5 metre length. So I thought, well, I measured one of them pipes. They're roughly a metre in length, roughly. So we didn't put any of them in the parlour. Men who built our parlour put them in, so I don't know what measurement they should be. But they're all a metre in length, roughly. So I cut it into 5 lengths because it was a 5 metre length. So that's what we've done. So that's why we've got 1 piece left. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you. We've got new pipes on 4 feeders. Hopefully that sorts them out. You can see that's all the corn that's come out. And like that stuff there, that's really not very nice. Cows don't want to be eating that. They probably wouldn't eat it, to be fair. It'd just stay in the trough until it just basically went. Like all them lumps there, they're just, that's all waste corn. That's what happens when corn gets wet. Just no feed value in it at all. It won't do the cow much good at all. But all that will get washed down the drain tonight when we're milking. So it won't cause any problems. So it's just a pain in the backside, really, those feeders, because this isn't the first time we've had to do this. Well, it's the first time we've put new pipes on. It's not the first time we've had to pull them apart. So, we'll crack on. We'll plod on.